Tell me the name of your song, please.
This song is called Hard Earned Fact. And it's a song I wrote with my buddy Mark Joseph from St. Paul, Minnesota. Not too long ago, not even maybe a month or so ago. All right. And the idea from it, if I can say that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was eating lunch, Chinese buffet with my uncle Sam, who passed away a few years ago. But he looked at his fortune cookie and he said, "That's impossible." And then so I read it, and the fortune said, "Avoid negativity." And I said, "No, well, that's not impossible." And he said, "Yes, it is." I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because avoiding is a negative act." And so I was like, my 26-year-old mind blown away by that. So I finally got to put it in a song. It's so hard to find closure without taking some of the blame. You know when it's all over, it's just crying shame. Ain't no avoiding negativity, and that's a hard-earned fact. The practice of avoidance is a negative act. The practice of avoidance is a negative act. Dualities in life can have us tiptoe around the tax. When the lights are all surrounding you, there's still darkness at your back. When the sun shines down, it shines so brightly on the things you can't get back. That's a hard-earned fact. That's a hard-earned fact. That's a hard-earned fact. I confess I don't have all the clues. It's my first time down. But if you don't want to be around a mess, well then don't you mess around. All the pain that I've forgotten, I know one thing to be true. Sometimes you make stuff happen, some shit happens to you. But it's so hard to find closure without taking some of the blame. You know when it's all over, you stop crying out their name. Ain't no avoiding negativity, that's a hard-earned fact. The practice of avoidance is a negative act. The practice of avoidance is a negative act. Though you won't know which way you're going till you figure out where to go. Even the sun can't make up its mind when you're driving down a winding road. All the pain that I've forgotten, there's one thing I know to be true. Sometimes you make shit happen, some stuff happens to you. It's so hard to find closure without taking some of the blame. You know when it's all over, don't need to be a crying shame. Ain't no avoiding negativity, that's a hard-earned fact. The practice of avoidance is a negative act. The practice of avoidance is a negative act. The ups and downs in life can have us tied down to the tracks. When the lights are all surrounding you, there's still darkness at your back. When the sun shines down, it don't just shine on the things that you lack. That's a hard-earned fact. And that's a hard-earned fact. heart, that's a hard-earned fact.
I'm Alison Cuevas. I own my own hair studio. I am a freelance graphic designer and I do stickers. And I'm currently having my first coloring book published. I've done art my whole life. My dream, actually, when I was little, I told my mom I wasn't going to college after high school, that I was going to go sell stuff in the French Quarter. She got really upset over that. I ended up going to college, but I've done it pretty much my whole life. So I draw digitally, and my boyfriend is actually my partner in my sticker company, and he is just a walking idea person. Like, he can just think of anything on the spot, and we just draw what we like, and we draw memes and just anything that really inspires us. And yeah, you can find our group on Facebook. It's called Stuck With You Stickers. It's a private group, but you can still see it, and you can request to join it if you're interested. I just really wanted a space where I could be myself and be creative without any limitations, and provide my clients with the best service possible while also benefiting my mental health and being able to benefit my creative process. And I don't like rules. And so I needed my own space, and that's what I did, and I love it. So I am a color specialist, and my favorite thing to do in the color world is the fashion or vivid shades, whatever you want to call them. So that's like the rainbows, the pinks, anything that is not natural. I have majority of my clients come to me and they tell me that I have full creative freedom and I can just do whatever I want, whatever I'm feeling that day, and I love that. And then sometimes I have people who have like a certain color palette in mind, but then I can do like whatever else I'm feeling. It's weird when people say that I'm a role model to the younger generation, because I feel like I am a kid still, and like there's some days I forget to feed myself breakfast. So I don't see how I could be a role model for someone else, but I guess I am, and I'm still doing stuff. And I like the idea that I am different and unique, and I go to my own drum, and I go against all the rules in a good way, not in a, like a supervillain way. And I just like that, because I didn't have someone to look up to like that when I was a kid. So I'm glad that like the newer generation of people have people like that. So I have a Facebook, and it's just my name, and I post all of my stuff usually on there. But I also have an Instagram. It's called It's Alison Cuevas. That's my personal page. And in my bio, it has like a bunch of links to all of my different pages. So I have my hair page. I have a page for my art, but I always forget to post on there. I need to do that more. And I also have a food blog. It's the worst food blog you're ever going to come across, but it's really good food. And I think it's cute. But yeah, you can find it in my bio on my main Instagram.
I've been trying to follow in Jesus' footsteps, and I've been learning what it costs. Don't be following too closely in Jesus' footsteps. It might just hang you on that cross. How many have we loved, and how many have we lost? How many still the faith that'll make their way across? Yeah, I ain't here to argue whether Jesus is the boss. How many have we loved? How many have we lost? I've been trying to follow in Jesus' footsteps, and I've been learning what it costs. Don't be following too closely in Jesus' footsteps. They might just put you on that cross. Now the faithful say that Jesus died for all our sins. If you've got a faithful heart, why'd you go and do that again? Look around at all the suffering, it makes you wonder where he's been. Bet he wonders why he died for us with the way we're doing him. And I've been trying to follow in Jesus' footsteps. Every day I learn a little bit of what it costs. Don't be following too closely Jesus' footsteps. They might just hang you on that cross. Now some folks say that Jesus may have died in vain. For anyone to die like that, I believe it'd be a shame. But when I read he spent his lifetime easing people's pain, an example we can live by, nothing given, nothing gained. Amen. Yeah, I'm trying to follow in Jesus' footsteps. And every day we learn what it calls. Don't be following too closely in Jesus' footsteps. They might just put you on that cross. No, I've been trying to follow in Jesus' footsteps. I don't want to end up, I got one prayer to send up. I don't want to end up on that cross.
Hi, I'm Ryan Balthrop, and I play music from Mobile, Alabama. I have a band called Bayou, a little swamp grass trio, or sometimes four-piece, sometimes duo, sometimes it's just me. No, I, I like to write thought-provoking and sometimes humorous, satirical lyrics, down-home feel to it, very folky, Alabama, but also influenced by some, by being about near the water, and so yeah, a lot of my songs are redemptive, is how one friend of mine puts it. That they present a problem and then they try to flip it and turn it to the positive and see how to come out of that, or duality in songs, just the yin and yang of good and bad. I like to have all of it instead of just happy or just sad. You gotta put it on there. I was raised Catholic, and I'm a recovering Catholic, but I was an altar boy for a couple of years, and yeah, I believe in one universal power, and that is beyond us and greater than us, but also that you can make things happen. But if you tap into the universal oneness of everything, and then you can do a lot more. And some people call it God, some people call it Jesus, some people call it, but I just call it universal, universal power or whatever. The song "Great Southern Wind" that I played out, it just wrote itself when my friend passed away. When Chris passed, it just came out. I didn't even touch the guitar for a week. I was just like, and then it just came right on out, and it's something I just had to do to put that in one thing, and it does. A lot of people comment on it. I don't play it a lot in bars situations, but when I do play it, I usually have someone comment on it and say, they appreciate it, or they felt what I was singing. I try not to make that. That was a very personal song, obviously, but I try to write other songs that are not relevant exactly to my life or how I feel or my situation, because I've done that for years, and I listen back to some, and I don't even play a lot of the stuff because it's not relevant to my life anymore. Like it was then, it was that meant something to me then, and now it's like, I'm not even there anymore, different person, and so I try to do both. I try to. It naturally has to come from your perspective, so.
Do you feel like Mobile's caught a lot of publicity lately for coming up artists?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Do you want to talk about just the music scene over there and
Yeah.
all that?
Oh yeah, I'm proud to have been. Next year's my 30th year of playing music for a living, with only a few disasters in between. Literally disasters: Hurricane Katrina and BP oil spill. That's the only jobs I've had really been. And yeah, Mobile has really come a long way since I started playing on Dolphin Street. Like I remember when they first put the gaslight lanterns on Dolphin Street, and now there's restaurants moving in there all the time from out of town. Local people, but a lot of out of town people moving in there, which is a good sign that there's stuff happening. And yeah, the music is just, I think, on top of any community in the country. Like as far as people knowing each other, people playing together, and also with people really breaking out, like Red Clay Strays and like Eric Erdman, Grayson Caps, Abe Partridge, Christy Lee, a whole bunch of people are just really taking off. Red and the Revelers doing a lot of stuff. You know, they're all doing stuff and making it happen outside of Mobile, and that's what I'm trying to do. I've submitted myself as the local guy in Mobile, and you know, now I'm trying to get back out there on the road a little bit, but I like it around here. So, and it pays good around here. It's decent, you know, it's good money, and yeah, yeah. That's all that matters is money for me.
Pay your bills.
Yeah. Hey, well, I don't have bills.
No.
Yeah, I don't pay those. RyanBalthrop.com. That's Balthrop.com. Then Slide Bayou is a Facebook page. Ryan Balthrop and Friends on Facebook, and Southern Window Art is my art page.
My name is Lauren. I'm a Mississippi native here to the coast. Well, I started singing at a relatively young age, but I was always scared to do it around people. So instead, I taught myself to play guitar at 10 and kind of ventured away from singing. Started playing guitar a lot, and then I started playing guitar and singing for my family, and they really liked it. So I've been singing for a long time, but I've always been afraid to perform in front of people until I turned around 30 years old. So I went to the Juke Joint one night with my friends. We did karaoke, and I knew I could sing, but I never really thought like I was that good, like not enough to like deserve claps or anything like that. But I got a standing ovation, and I thought it was really cool. So I've just kind of been hooked since. The karaoke scene I know is really strong. I met a lot of people that way. I know our group alone, and there's multiple karaoke groups on the coast. We have gigs 5 to 6 nights a week, sometimes multiple gigs a night. And that's just in this area of the coast. We haven't even expanded into like West Harrison and Hancock County. So the karaoke scene I came into 2 years ago has been the same, if not stronger. I started hosting last summer. I was in between day jobs, and I had made friends with the owners of Various Vibes, the group that I host for now, and they needed a DJ for busy season. So I started then. Kind of got my feet wet. I was a baby DJ, so it was mainly learning the basics, so I didn't really have that many gigs. But I did that until the karaoke competition, the $10,000 karaoke competition, and then I focused on that and worked a contract out at Keesler Air Force Base, and now I'm back doing karaoke with Various Vibes again, and I think I've improved a lot. I'm known in the group for being able to read crowds really well, like anything from like a country-based older type of generational crowd to, you know, somewhere down in Pascagoula with like people that like hip hop and rap a lot more. So I think that's one of my strong suits. I frequently am able to keep people there past when I'm supposed to end and work strictly off tips. Like I told you the other day, I really surprised myself. I made my gig money and I ended up making about $500 in tips over 6 hours. So I must be doing something right, but you know, it's great either way. A lot of great people come out. You meet new faces every single time. You get regulars that, you know, used to be too afraid to sing, and you know, you've encouraged them and you give them a happy place to do what they love to do, and it's just awesome. I think that radiates through the work that I do as a DJ. I mean, I love karaoke. I never really wanted my hobby to turn into a breadwinner. That's just kind of how it turned out. I don't think I have what it takes to be in a band. The only time I sing is when I host. Like, I used to sing all the time in my house and look up YouTube videos and stuff like that, and it's kind of fallen away. So, and there's really not enough longevity in my voice. I'm good for about 3 songs before I'm gonna start feeling the effects. So, I've gotten a lot better since I started taking vocal lessons with Amber. Yeah, I took 2 lessons with her. And she was really, really good. I highly recommend her. She's very nice. She's very aware of different singing abilities. And if she doesn't know how to tell you or instruct you on how, like, I wanted to sing heavy. My favorite thing to sing is like heavy rock, like Hailstorm, In This Moment, Spirit Box, stuff like that. But when I sing right now, my voice is really, I feel mediocre and kind of high pitched. It doesn't have that heaviness to it. And she didn't know anything about it, but she would frequently send me stuff when we weren't even doing lessons, like, oh, look, I found this. I think this might work for you. So that was really, really helpful. But no, I mean, I would try a band, but I don't think I would be dedicated enough with the time that I have to pursue something like that right now. You can follow us on, we have a group page called Various Vibes Karaoke LLC. It has probably about 700 to 1,000 followers right now. And you can also follow me on Facebook. That's the only thing I'm on. I'm not on Instagram or anything like that. But I post every day that I have a gig. Typically, I share the flyer from their page. So if they want to follow me, they can. I'm everywhere from Ocean Springs to Biloxi. So depending, usually during the week, not on the weekends. Not yet, anyway.
So this song I wrote when I lost my best friend, Chris Miller. I grew up with him. There's a lot of Chris Millers out there, but he was my Chris Miller. And he was the best Chris Miller. But he just ate lunch with his dad and a few of our friends because his dad was like a second father to me growing up. And he died training in Mobile Bay for a triathlon, training for. It was just a freak accident anyway. It's called Great Southern Wind, and send it out to anybody who's missing somebody they love very much. Today is actually the day that his anniversary of his passing, so May 31st. So we all get together for lunch.
Sitting here on the bay, spending some time with my old friend. We've been best buddies since I can't remember when. I know someday I'm gonna see him again. He sailed away on that great southern wind. My good timing buddy was a hard-working man. Hard as I try, I will never understand. But he's running with God now, took him by the hand. He's flying with the angels and laughing at my plans. Sail away on that great southern wind. I'm gonna miss you dearly, my friend, but I know that I am gonna see you again when I sail away like you did back then on that great southern wind. Scream your name, let the sadness take a hold. But I've come to realize that no priest can save my soul. Used to sing in the choir on Sundays a long time ago. Preacher man didn't learn his name on the day we sent him home. So I'm sitting here in my chapel and I'm watching the sun go down. Think about our past, I feel his presence all around. They couldn't save him on the day he drowned. I hear the angels singing, it's a goddamn lonely sound. Sail away on that great southern wind. I'm gonna miss you dearly, my friend, but I know that I am gonna see you again when I sail away like you did back then on that great southern wind. On that great southern wind. On that great southern wind. Our tears are testimony of our love for those we lost, and our laughter reassures them as they make their way across. As much as I am hurting, I've never felt so alive before, as I feel my friend rejoicing on God's golden shore, on God's golden shore. My friend, he is a kind soul, too kind for this world. Now the world is my oyster, but he was my pearl. Here's a word of wisdom, those here left behind. Open up your heart, surely you go blind. Open up your heart, surely you go blind. I'm sitting here on the bay, spending some time with my old friend.
Goes out to Chris. Happy heavenly birthday, pal.
I've been trying to follow in Jesus' footsteps. I've been learning what it costs. Don't be following too closely in Jesus' footsteps. They might just hang you on that cross. I've been trying to follow. Yes, I just said that. It don't really matter because I just blessed that cat. And everybody knows that Hankin song is that. But I'll just keep on going. I don't give a flat. All right, here we go. Well, the faithful say that Jesus. Fuck y'all. Motherfucker! Here we go. 2, 3, 4.
By the way, can you get a shot of that? I love the Alabama thing, art, piece of art on the wall, but y'all got it backwards on the
That
hand of
is
the wall.
Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Thought that was Alabama, but got it hanging up there.
That's Mississippi,
Weird. Okay.
sir.
Sorry.